Over the weekend, I had the opportunity to play Halo Infinite on PC during its most recent pre-release test. I used to play a lot of shooters: Battlefield, Call of Duty, Rainbow Six Siege, and of course, Halo. So I was eager to jump in and play it ahead of its free multiplayer full release on December 8th. I had a lot of fun with Infinite, and if that's all you wanted to know from my first impression, there you have it. But the test wasn't without its issues, which I will talk about a bit later. And while I was enjoying my time playing Halo Infinite, a question did start to bug me. Is this the game that will bring the Halo franchise back into the spotlight? Halo holds a special place in the hearts of many gamers, myself included, because it reminds many of us of good times spent playing with friends. But I think it would be silly of me to deny that it's had a tough time staying relevant in the first-person shooter market since the end of the 2000s. Halo's slow, but methodical arena gameplay has not aged well in today's fast-paced, battle royale-centric FPS climate. With that in mind, let's jump in and I'll give you my thoughts so we can try to start forming an answer together. Compared with the early Halos, Infinite struck me immediately as being much faster paced. Movement felt crisp, with sprinting, mantling, and sliding all part of the movement mechanics. It allowed me to traverse the map with ease, and at no point did I feel like the movement mechanics were clunky or dated. Strafing in Infinite appeared to be much faster too, compared with what I remember in previous Halo games. I think this helps Halo feel more in line with other modern shooters and helps to increase the importance of shooting skill. The time to kill appears to be faster than the early Halo games as well, but slower than Halo 5, according to many people on the internet, who played more Halo 5 than I did. I personally feel that they've struck a good balance between what made Halo Halo and a time to kill that appeals more to the modern audience. The game definitely still feels distinctly like Halo, but a more modern version of it. Grenades are still just as important, and gunplay feels good, but different. Spread management and recoil control are crucial for several of the guns I used in this test. This struck me as being a massive change from the early Halo games where recoil control was basically non-existent. The default assault rifle lent itself well to full auto up close, but also long bursts at mid-range with a very competitive time to kill. The pistol is back and extremely deadly, but only if you can make your shots count. It's a very satisfying weapon to use when your aim is on point. The battle rifle in Infinite feels different because the game seems to account for each individual bullet in the burst separately, meaning that you have to track your target while firing the burst for all the shots to count. I had some difficulty getting used to this, and it was especially obvious when I missed a kill because of the burst bullet timings. The Commando was my favourite weapon in the test. It's a slow shooting full auto rifle that's useful up close, but also viable as a single shot or burst weapon at range. It was interesting to note that I achieved the best results with this weapon via tapping to maintain its accuracy and spread, even at close to mid-range. This gun feels like it has a high skill ceiling, and I'm excited to see what more skillful players will be able to do with it in the meta. I find it hard to comment on the other guns though, mostly because I didn't really spend enough time playing with them. However, I did find that the shotgun type weapons felt underwhelming. Gone is the powerhouse pump action shotgun, replaced by a semi-auto shotgun called the Bulldog, and a shotgun type weapon called the Heatwave. I found that I got less use out of these guns despite their faster fire rate. Maybe because they weren't capable of one-shotting my enemies at point blank. This is probably just personal preference though. There's also been some talk on the various forums about why shooting feels off in Halo Infinite. I think some of this is related to the spread and recoil mechanics I mentioned just now, but also due to changes in aim assist. Most players have reported reduced aim assist on controller. I attempted to assess this myself and found myself agreeing with that sentiment despite my incompetence with a controller. There's also a mouse magnetism option in the settings, but I found no difference when I turned it on or off. If you know what this option is meant to do, please let me know in the comments because I really have no idea. Others have reported significant input lag, which I noticed on occasion too. For me, this was due to graphics settings and was quite fixable. However, many players were reporting poor performance, stuttering and input lag on medium spec PCs. Kill trading also still seems prevalent in the game, especially when two players melee each other simultaneously. This was consistent across a ping that ranged from 12 to 200 ms. Speaking of melees, there was a particularly abusable bug that I'm hoping they've fixed that would allow multiple punches in rapid succession if you reloaded in between each melee input. Maybe that was the reason you don't need a one-shot shotgun anymore. Lastly, the maps that I played in both Arena and Big Team Battle were enjoyable to play. It feels as though the game's map design has taken a step up, adding more foliage into some levels, but also more places to hide and take cover, while still allowing vehicles to remain powerful if left unchecked. Halo Infinite managed to evoke the nostalgia of the early Halo days for me, while presenting me with a new and improved version of Halo that caters more to the current FPS market. In my opinion, it strikes the delicate balance between serving the expectations of veteran Halo players while offering a mechanically refined and modern enough feeling shooter for players new to the franchise to jump in and enjoy. But will Infinite lift the Halo franchise back to the heights it reached all those years ago? I'm not sure, and only time will tell. But what I do know is that 343 Industries has taken strides to bring the franchise into the modern era of shooters, with a Halo game that, at least compared with those of old, feels like Combat Evolved. What do you think? If you've played Infinite already, what were some of the things you liked or disliked? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, take care, and take it easy. Takes the fun out of it. It ruins it for— What the fuck, Andy? Get out of here!